Hey, hey, we're back. Kane and Ice Show, kaneandIce.com. So, we got a lot to talk about. First, most important, man. Kane, how's everything going, bro?
Hey man, everything's going pretty good. Been a long week of work outside of my sports life, but can't
Ah,
complain. Not gonna complain.
gotcha. Got a lot of former Miami players to visit in the Florida State penitentiaries.
No, that's not it. We had a little party down in Miami last weekend. We took Ed Reed, Sean Taylor, Warren Sapp,
Sean
Michael
Taylor.
Irvin. We took them all into the Miami Ring of Fame. So it ain't too many
Ah,
schools. It ain't too many schools that can pull that off. Pulling all that NFL and Super Bowl experience into one little class. But at the U, we can do that every week, man.
oh boy, it never stops. It never, it never stops. So, congratulations. Let's see, how many bankruptcies and arrests are between that crew you just named?
Well, you had to have it to waste it. So if we can't say that about Penn State players, they never had any. LeVar Arrington.
And LeVar Arrington had a very productive career. He did end Troy Aikman's career, so shout out to LeVar Arrington.
The Cowboy fans aren't going to like you for that one. you're not endearing yourself to the Cowboy fans. Come on, man.
I'm not going to be popular in GED class. Okay. Good enough. All right. All right. So let's get to it, man. Let's talk some NFL. Been a wild season so far. No undefeated teams left. So, Miami Dolphins, I guess, can pop their bottles as they normally do.
Yeah, that's what they do, man.
Steelers beat the Chiefs to knock out the last undefeated team. But, hey, Aaron Rodgers got hurt. Sam Bradford's still hurt. Looks like Teddy Bridgewater's coming back to at least practice. Hopefully he can make it all the way back. Eagles got the best record in the NFC.
Yeah, I mean, what's your take on I'd say let's say the playoff or the Super Bowl contenders in the NFC? I mean, I hate to say it, but I don't want to jinx us. But right now, yeah, we're currently the number one seed in the NFC for playoffs, and we're playing like it.
Right.
Don't want to jinx us. I don't want to throw it out there and say, we're going to roll this way because we're really going to hit the meat of the schedule with some division games here on the back half of the schedule. We still got Dallas to play twice. We got the Redskins again this week. And we still got the Giants to play. So, I don't want to throw it out there, but, yeah, we're looking good right now. I mean, who's behind us? The Packers, they're going to fall off. They're gonna fall down with Rodgers.
They're in a tough division. Right. They're in a tough division.
Carolina and Atlanta are going to battle it out. I believe they're going to struggle within their own division with the Saints. The Panthers aren't a bad team. Atlanta's not a bad team. So I think they're going to kind of beat each other up, to tell you the truth. And I really don't see anybody in the NFC West that's stepping up. The Rams are talented, but they're young. I don't know if they're ready to step up. And I just don't trust Seattle's offense. So it's hard to say, if we mess around and beat the Redskins and, take it to the Cowboys, we might lock up this number one seed pretty early. I'd say by week 12 or 13 is possible. So I'm really proud of my boys this year.
Yeah, I mean, you can't ask for anything more. Obviously, competed for most of the game against a tough Kansas City team. Lost that one. For a young team, young quarterback, especially when you think about the type of leap the quarterback made coming from a smaller school, second-year head coach. I mean, all those things, man, like I can't complain at all. Can't complain.
Yeah, then you take into account that we missed some pieces. We've had some injuries on the offensive line. Our secondary's been banged up. I mean, it's not where it's supposed to be. Ideally, in the future, you can see Sidney Jones and Ronald Darby back there starting corners and not what we have now. I mean, if you throw those two in the mix, you're talking about a whole different defense, and our defense is playing at a different level. Yep, exactly. We're missing Sproles. So
been hurt.
Yeah. So we're missing some pieces. So and I think Darby's actually practicing this week. So if he comes back, in a couple of weeks, give him 2-3 weeks to get acclimated, this defense can take another step. So we're right in the middle of this. So we're looking pretty good in the NFC.
Fletcher Cox missed a couple of games,
Exactly. Yeah, we endured a couple of games without Cox and actually won both of them. So what can you say? I mean,
saw what he did
against stepped up.
You asked me, he was a difference maker against Panthers,
Oh, definitely. He forced a couple of bad passes from Cam, one on 4th down, and then the interception that Robinson picked off.
He pushed the center into Cam's lap, basically. He literally pushed a grown man into his lap. I think I saw stats somewhere like 2-point-something seconds.
That's big ups Fletcher Cox, man, and Tim Jernigan's playing ball as well, man. So on that 1-year contract we brought him in on, so happy about seeing that play. What's that?
You just big up Cox.
Big up Cox, not the Gamecocks. There's nothing big about the Gamecocks, trust me.
The win against Tennessee was big. We'll talk about that in the next segment. Don't laugh.
I know you ain't gonna count that one, man. Come on, y'all come out tougher playing the Citadel.
We need any win we can get. All right, Citadel, Southwest, Charleston State, anybody. We're gonna take that. We're gonna take that W. All right, Tennessee. All right. But anyway, let's get AFC, man.
Okay.
When it looked like the Jets were gonna try to knock down the New England Patriots one more step. They were up 14-0. In typical Jet fashion, lose 21-14.
I just don't understand it. I got my hopes up. I'm the ultimate Patriot hater because I still think they cheated us in the Super Bowl, but I'm not going to go there today. But yeah, I thought the Jets would pull it out. The AFC East is a little tighter than everybody expected it.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody thinks the Patriots won the offseason, which they did. But now they're not performing like it. They look real bad and old on defense. Yeah. So it's still up for grabs. I know although the Patriots are up, the Dolphins are only a game behind. Buffalo's only a game behind. The Jets are a game behind. So it's not over up there. So, thank goodness somebody's going to at least push New England and not them wrap it up in Week 8 this year.
Well, not Jets. Sorry. We were talking about the Patriots. To me, their secondary just seems so confused, man.
I remember seeing a couple of games where the safeties and the corners were pointing at each other. That's just unheard of in a Bill Belichick defense, for them to be unorganized and not passing off receivers when they're passing through their zones and missing coverages. So it's kind of unusual, but I can't say I'm not enjoying it. So
touche on that one. All right,
so the AFC North is the AFC North.
Pittsburgh strong.
Pittsburgh strong. The AFC West, the Chiefs, although they lost last week, I still think they're a top flight team and definitely one of the top 3 teams in the NFL. The AFC South is just up for grabs, I guess you could say. It looks like now that the Texans are going to take off and take it right now. When I thought the Jaguars were going to hold on after the first couple of games, that defense looked solid, but Blake Bortles couldn't hit the barn 5 yards away from him if he had to. So that's kind of limited him. So I still look for, the Patriots will be there. Go ahead, the Chiefs will be there. The Steelers will be there. So they're the usual suspects. You can't throw out Denver as well. That defense is just rock solid, and all they need is just a pedestrian effort.
Von Miller.
They get a pedestrian effort from their quarterback. They'll be in most games anyway. So.
All right, so we're going to start something new this week. Every segment, we're going to pick a player of the week. All right, so we both pick a different player, or it could be the same player. So my award will be called the So Icy Award because I'm ice. All right, so Kane, do you have a name for your award, or we just going to call it, the Singapore Kane Award or of the week, or what are we going to call it? The Miami Hurricane Memorial Award of the week.
Hey, you are such a hater. Go ahead with your little icy award and nominate your little player, whatever you do with your little stupid icy award.
All right, first off, the icy award is a very large award, okay? it's gonna be about a 3-foot ice sculpture that be delivered to the winner's house. Now, maybe melt it by the time it gets there. So, we'll see. All right, so my icy award is gonna go to a guy that I thought was washed up. Okay, I'll admit, I thought he was washed up. New team, first game, new team, went out there, did his thing. Peterson over 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. Hey, Cardinals got on track, beat the Buccaneers, who a lot of people thought was going to be the team in the NFC South. They're not really doing much right now. So I'm going to go with my man, AP, all day doing his thing. So, all right, so who you got, Kane?
I'm going to nominate this week for my player of the week in the NFL, Deshaun Watson. I continue to be impressed by what this guy's doing every week. Being a rookie in this league I'm not saying he's making it look easy, but he's making it look a lot easier than some other rookie quarterbacks are doing in this league. Last week against Cleveland, 17 for 29, 225 yards, kind of pedestrian, but 3 touchdowns. And also, not only is he, outstanding just for his team and doing the division, he's actually leading the NFL in touchdown passes. He's got 15 through this week, so big ups. I mean, who would expect that, a rookie leading the NFL in touchdown passes? So big up Deshaun Watson winning the award this week, man.
My only question is Deshaun related to Randy Watson of Coming to America?
Of fame of sexual chocolate.
Right.
Probably not. I don't see the curl resemblance. So no, I don't think so.
Well, we're not using nearly, the helmet was slide right off. Whoa.
He didn't use that much activator, I guess.
All right, so we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna come back, talk a little fantasy football, college football, Gamecocks. So stay tuned. Kane Ice come back at you. So first, So Icy Award goes to Adrian Peterson, and Kane's little memorial award goes to Clemson Tiger. Imagine that, right?
Hey.
All right, so as promised, we're back. Hey, make sure you check out that FanUp Network app, all right? Search FanUp in your app store, or bam, go to fanupnetwork.com. But anyway, let's move on to college football. So, of course, we have our resident Miami fan, and I got to give him props. I got to step up and say it.
Come on.
They're one of the few undefeated teams left.
Come on. Talk to me.
They're doing it.
Give us some more. Come on.
They managed to beat Florida State. They managed to defeat a losing Florida State team.
There you go.
With a freshman quarterback, with a last-minute score to close the game. So
look, man, it was a rivalry game. We all know.
Very impressive matchup. I mean, a very impressive win by the Miami Hurricanes. Who do y'all have next? Y'all beat Georgia Tech too, so I give you props.
Yeah, we beat Georgia Tech.
Yeah, so okay, you beat Georgia Tech. So that's saying a lot, because a lot of times coming off those rivalry games, that could be a tough spot, especially with Georgia Tech having unconventional offense.
Yeah, I was a little worried about that. Coming, like you said, coming the very next week. Initially, we were going to have this was going to be a bye week before this game. So we were actually going to have 2 weeks to prepare for this. But the change in the schedule got us where we were coming off Florida State, having to play, like you said, this unconventional offense after a big emotional rivalry game. So I was really, really worried about this, and we played like it the first half, to tell you the truth. We really, really were anemic on offense before finally kicking it in the gear after we spotted them 17 points It came back, took the lead with a couple of seconds to go at the end of the game, and in a good Miami monsoon. It was pretty intense down there. It was pretty fun, man. Should have been there. You only got to come down for a game, man. How about the Notre Dame game? Come on, man.
Converts and Catholics, maybe.
No. There are no convicts unless you're talking about Notre Dame, and we're not Catholic. So
yeah, but Notre Dame is. So guess who the convicts are? who got inducted into your little cell of fame? What do you call
it? We know the USC line is real short, so don't even go there.
Hey, South Carolina.
Who y'all got now?
South Carolina is one of the few schools that has a Heisman Trophy winner and a guy that went #1 overall. You know, I think Miami's on that list too. So
yeah, I mean, yeah, we've been on that list several times. So yeah,
that's
okay.
Nice. That's nice. You also been on Police Blotter several times. But,
I thought I saw y'all on Live PPD last week too. So.
But anyway, all right. So let's get to it. Of course, you know your team wears orange. But the biggest news in college football was about a couple other teams that wear orange, which is quite an ugly color, by the way. Clemson went to Syracuse in the Dome, played the orange, and took an L. So big props to Syracuse. So much like the Miami 72 Dolphins do, when a team loses a game. Like I said, I like to pop bottles anytime the Clemson Tigers lose, particularly since it looked like they were trying to go undefeated. So big shouts to Syracuse. Appreciate it. You know, anytime the Tigers can go down, it's always a great time. Put those stupid Clemson fans in their place.
Just no class. Just no class response.
That's a great description of Clemson.
From a Gamecock fan who's bitter because you've got 3-4 losses. Come on, man. Let's be real here.
No, Gamecocks. Speaking of orange, we beat Tennessee. Bam. All right.
And you're proud of that.
That's right. Okay. Be more proud of beating Tennessee or losing to Tennessee, particularly this Tennessee.
I mean, either one's an embarrassment, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, don't get all full of yourself because Miami beat a hapless Florida State team, the worst Florida State team in the history of Florida State.
No, wait a minute now. Wait a minute. No, not even close. No. But I tell you what, though, the surprise team in the ACC to me has been NC State. NC State actually controls their own destiny in the Atlantic because they beat Clemson. Yeah, they beat Clemson. If they beat Florida State, they're going to win the Atlantic. So I mean, this could be a pretty bad thing for Clemson if NC State doesn't lose another game. And last week they rolled over Pitt last week. So
same NC State that South Carolina beat.
Yeah, I guess so. But I guarantee you, y'all don't want to play them now. So trust me.
Don't worry about it. We beat them when we had to. You know.
Okay.
NCC greater than.
And then you lose to Vanderbilt. I mean, come on, man.
We beat Vanderbilt. Lost to Kentucky. Anyway.
You mean the basketball school?
Hey, we're the basketball power in the SEC now, all right?
In women's?
And yeah, we went to Final Four, right?
And never again will you go.
We'll be back. We'll be back, all right? Because we ain't getting one and done, so we'll be back. Anyway.
So what's going on in that terrible SEC, man? I mean, is it still Alabama and everybody else, or what's going on?
Well, I mean, some people have renamed the conference Alabama and the 13 Dwarfs. Which I don't really get the joke, but now
I get it.
Now it's like Alabama, South Carolina, and the 12 Dwarfs or something. It made more sense to me. But Georgia's still undefeated. They're going strong.
Yeah.
At least till they play South Carolina, we beat them. We just need Kentucky to lose a couple conference games so we can jump over them. You know, because they got the tiebreaker over us somehow.
I'll talk to Calabarry and see what I can do.
Speaking of ACC, why don't we talk about Louisville and you know, their latest scandal there, and the athletic director just got fired. You know, it's bad when Bobby Petrino is the virtue. I mean, the person with the most integrity on the staff is Bobby Petrino. You're in trouble.
I mean, come on, man. SEC and integrity don't even go together. Come on, man. Seriously? You're really going to go there? Really?
Well, I mean, it depends on how you define integrity. Like, you know, we made no bones about what we are. You know, ACC top 10, they, you know, like they're better than us. But, you know, y'all got more scandals, worse scandals. You know, FBI ain't running up in the SEC schools.
They should be.
Man, go ahead. You know.
And they can start in Tuscaloosa. That's where they need to start at, right there.
No SEC school that people say should get the death penalty, unlike one down in South Florida.
Well, guess what? Hey, you got to be winning to draw some attention. So if that's the case, South Carolina is safe. Trust me, y'all are good to go.
I'm talking about SEC as a whole, all right? And South Carolina is winning. Let's get that straight. South
winning
Carolina
what?
Is winning. Check the record.
Where y'all going to the CarQuest Bowl? Y'all gonna end up in Idaho. That's where y'all gonna end up at. I hope you got a good winter coat if you go into the bowl game, because that's where you're going.
Yeah. Let's see. Last time I went to a bowl game against a team from Florida. Gosh, it was some little private school. Was it Miami? I don't know. Somebody we whooped their ass. What was their name again?
I mean, we had a Penn State coach for. I mean, what can you say?
Miami. That's it. Miami.
We had a Penn State coach, and it started raining, man, and he had a flashback. He thought he was in the showers again.
Okay. See, here we go. Here we go. All right. So let's get to Player of the Week. So who gets the So Icy award for college football? Hey.
Nobody wants that crap.
He wants his ice sculpture. All right. He wants the ice sculpture. I've been getting texts, all sorts of memos. Everybody wants this ice sculpture. All right. So let me see. Who am I going to give this So Icy award to? Would Ice Cold Eric give an award to somebody else named Eric? Yes, he would. Mr. Eric Dungy of Syracuse, because anybody that kicks Clemson's ass is my hero for the week. So you deserve an ice sculpture, Mr. Eric Dungy. So I know, Kane, I believe Mr. Dungy is also your player of the week. So
yeah, I had him. I mean, he pulled off the upset of the college season pretty much. I mean, Syracuse was a 24-point underdog in this game. They wasn't even supposed to be close. Clemson quarterback gets hurt, and the offense just goes in the tank. I mean, 23 of 30, 278 yards, 3 touchdowns. Against that defense, man, you know, hey.
And he ran the ball 21 times.
Yeah, big ups.
I mean, hits.
Yeah, I mean,
but he kept coming.
You know, he had a great week. You know, I wish him the best, but this week, son, that ain't gonna cut it.
He's straight. He ain't got to ever buy another meal in Syracuse the rest of his life. So he's straight. Of course, this week.
Not sure if that's a good thing, but you know, hey.
Hey man, it's cold up there. You know, good steak dinner. You need that. You know what I mean? You need that in your life. You need probably need a little bourbon. You know, a little gin or something to warm you up. You know, so he's straight. You know, and then of course this week they play. I believe they play Miami this week, right?
Oh yeah, that cap would get peeled this week. We ain't playing with him.
Well, yeah, because everybody patting the whole team on the back this week. So yeah, they all feeling good about themselves. So
yeah, I'm kind of glad they won. Now they feel good about themselves.
I foresee Miami getting in them personally, but we'll see what happens. You know, Mark Richt teams
anything's possible.
Mark Richt teams are known to sort of nosedive second half of the season. So you know, we keep hope alive that he can pull out the same trick in Miami. So
you're such a hater, man. I'm telling you.
To win the Singapore Cane Miami Penitentiary Memorial Award and the So Icy Trophy in the same week. So big props to you. Big props to you, Mr. Eric Dungy. All right. So we're going to take another quick break. We're going to be right back at you, and we're going to talk some NBA because now the NBA season is here, baby. People are balling. All right, so we're back, and not only are we back, but the NBA is back. So, of course, crazy offseason, some player movement. You got some super teams, people trying to keep up with Golden State. So, I'm excited about the NBA season, even though we probably all know how it's going to end, right?
I don't know, man. Warriors took an L this first night, man, and they had a 15-point lead.
Last few years, the Lakers have blown the Warriors out one time a year, and that's really not indication of much at all. Other than nightlife in LA must be great because for some reason the Warriors can't come to play when they play against the Lakers.
I don't get it. I mean, the Bay is only a few hours away. I mean, they should be used to LA.
You would think, but it's not like the Bay is some middle of nowhere town. But hey, anyway, unfortunately, start the season has been sort of dominated by injury news, man. Gordon Hayward opening night. Prayers out to you, bro. Jeremy Lin, he's out for the season now.
Yeah.
Not that anybody expecting much from Brooklyn has really changed anything other than D'Angelo Russell gets to shoot more, I guess. But you just hate to see people get physically hurt, right? Now, am I sad to see the Boston Celtics at 0-2? I'm not at all. I can't lie. Because I was really upset because Boston had all these picks and they're picking high, and then they got like young studs and guys on like smallish contracts, especially when you look at their production. And I'm like, man, how is it? They got like all these good players. Nobody's got a fat deal. They've got draft picks and then more draft picks coming. And, I'm just hating on them, man. And it's just like, man, hopefully they somehow screw all this up. And, hey, so far they're 0-2. So maybe they're on that track to screwing up this whole thing. So shouts out to Boston.
Good for them. Happy for them.
All right. Tonight, Carmelo facing his old team, Knicks. So, we did have a Twitter question of the day about that actually was, what was it? It's about, is Melo going to score? I can't even remember now. All right. So, so far this season, I looked that up. What stuck out to you about basketball, NBA season?
The Western Conference, man. The Eastern Conference is a wash, I think. Cleveland's going to walk away with it, especially now. I didn't think Boston could beat them before. I really don't think Boston can beat them now. So the only hope in the East that's left is pretty much Toronto or Washington, which isn't going to happen. Like Skip Bayless tweeted the other night and people jumped all over him. This just did make, the sidewalk a little more golden for Cleveland to just jog on down and go back to the finals. This Western Conference, man, we had Houston beat Golden State the first night. You've got OKC now where you've got Russ Westbrook. He's joined by Paul George and Carmelo. So they got a pretty –
2 stars, 2 of the best players in the East are now in the West, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They need to get stars in the West.
Exactly. You got this Minnesota team that's stacked to the gills now with all this young talent and Jimmy Butler coming to join them. And then you still got your normal contenders. You still got the Spurs. You can't put the Spurs away. I mean, they're going to be right there at the end. Houston gets Chris Paul. I didn't think that'd work out too great. But, hey, they mess around and beat Golden State the first night. And, you still got the defending champs out there. Just don't be fooled just because they lost this first game. Let's remember, they lost the first game last year, too. And then they proceeded to win the 67 the rest of the season.
And almost go undefeated in the playoffs, right?
Yeah. and grease the playoffs like nobody's ever seen before. So, yeah, we got some surprising things. But like I said, I'm really itching to watch this rookie class. With us being Laker fans, Lakers tonight are playing the Clippers. I definitely will be tuning into that. So I definitely got to see that. So Big Outs, your role model, big balling brand.
Hashtag BBB. That's right. I'm glad you shouted him out. Appreciate it. Hey.
Well, I'm not shouting him out. I'm shouting Lonzo out because he's a Laker, so he's on my team.
I love you.
Nothing about LeVar.
Size 10. All right. Hit me up at Ice Cold Eric on Twitter. I'll give you my address. If you got some black and gold shoes, or hey, I'll take black and gold t-shirt, LeVar, because I ride for you hard, man. Just saying. But all right, here's the question we got from 364 Sports on Twitter at 364 Sports. So make sure you hit them up, follow them. Will the Knicks lose by 30 in OKC? Now, unfortunately, by the time you watch this, the game's probably gonna be over. But because we're recording. But with all that said, we do appreciate the questions. So we encourage you guys to send in your questions, and we'll answer them. Now, normally, try to ask something that's a little further out than, one day. I guess probably should have said that on Twitter when I asked for questions. But anyway, also, while we're at it, hit that thumbs up, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, all right? We need that. And you need it in your life. You need CaneIce.com in your life. All right? That's right. Thumbs up. All right. So, anyway, I wouldn't be surprised if Knicks lose by a lot. 30 might be stretching it, especially early in the season. Most teams don't have the defensive rotations, all that stuff down. So, Knicks, stay within 30, right? But I don't know. We'll see what happens.
No, I don't think they beat them by 30, but I think it's a pretty easy win, and they coast to the, because I'll say –
yeah. Plus,
I'll say 15 to 18.
I'll
say 15 to 18.
And let him do his thing.
They're going to let Melo get his thing because Phil Jackson's on the other side. So, they'll let Melo get his shots and do his thing.
Phil back in Montana or wherever. I don't know, wherever he went after he got rid of him. Phil was still there.
He just want to stick in Phil's face. You know that much. So.
All right, so let's get to it. NBA season, young NBA season early on. So we don't want to get into it. Is there anybody that's just surprised you, impressed you? Because, obviously very, very, very tiny sample. Some teams haven't even played yet, like Lakers and Clippers. All right, so far, who are you going to give your NBA award to? Who gets the
It was the guy I was itching to see play last year. Didn't get to play, was injured. First overall pick. No, not him. Same team, though. Ben Simmons. I wanted to see Ben Simmons play after, I'll say dominating the SEC, but didn't make the tournament. But he actually played very well. 18 points. I think he had double 10 rebounds and like 5 assists. So, it's pretty impressive for your first live NBA game, and you haven't played a real live game in the last 2 years. So he was pretty impressive, and I was really impressed with his skill set and how he played that first game. Although they did lose, they lost to a better team, of course, to Washington, who is a better overall team. But Ben Simmons showed me a little something. He looks like he's going to be a consistent double-double guy for his career. So pretty impressive start for him.
Yeah. Athletically, he's –
off the charts athletically.
So, it'd be interesting to see what he could do. But it's funny when you said the Sixers lost to a better team. Seems like –
that's everybody they play pretty much, isn't it?
Well, exactly. Sorry, Philly fans. All right, so let's get back to it. All right, so my player of the week is another young guy who's much like Ben, pass first, not a great jump shooter, young guy,
Blake Griffin.
No, I said young. Now, well, he does have something in common with Blake Griffin.
What, he light skin?
Well, yeah, I didn't think about that. I was thinking more where they play. Lonzo Ball.
There you go. You light skinned brothers always stick together.
That's right. Lonzo Ball gets the Icy Award. He, steps up, brings some hype back to LA.
He ain't even played a game yet, man.
Hey, he's gonna keep that ball moving. He's gonna make things happen. He's gonna make other dudes better than they really are. He's gonna get the crowd excited, and he's gonna be the guy that helps bring big name players or veteran players to LA, because they're gonna want to play with a guy who can handle the ball and get them their shots in their spots. Make the game easier for them. And Magic's already told him, I expect to see your number up there, baby. I expect your number to be up there next to mine. So
no, I don't know if he'll be next to him. We can push him on down the aisle a little bit. He can be on down the list. He can be there, just not next to Magic. That's
up in the rafters,
on the other side of the building.
Now, he's also old school. He's only got the one thing on his leg where, like if you remember the picture we had of Ben Simmons, he's basically wearing a tracksuit under his uniform. You know what I mean? Most of the NBA dudes have on like scuba gear under their uniform. So shouts out to Lonzo. Of course he was wearing Nikes, but normally he's been wearing the Big Baller brand. So shout out, like I said, size 10, 10 and a half. If you want to hook up your number one fan, me, VICE. All right. So big Icy Award goes out to Lonzo Ball, who hadn't lost an NBA game yet, regular season NBA game yet. So big shout. I mean, he hadn't won one either. But, point is, he gets the So Icy Award for the week. All right, so let's get to it. We love to talk about more than just sports. We like to bring you news that you may not hear other places. All right, so Kane, what do you have for us this weekend?
And I was just looking up some weird sports stuff. And, normally I come across stuff and like, that's kind of interesting. That's kind of crazy. But I read across this article. It's pretty, I ain't gonna say it was funny, but there was some amusing things in it. These were sports that were actually in the Olympics in the past that they're no longer in the Olympics. Now, you might think of a few, that stuff, baseball was at one time, a couple other things, but some sports now, these aren't even, some of them are sports, but they're just weird competitions. How would you be the best at some of these things? I would wonder, I guess there was a way to determine a winner, though, because they were in the Olympics. The first thing was live pigeon shooting. They shot live pigeons, man.
Wait,
Did
what?
you know that? There was an Olympic event, live pigeon shooting. They only had it for 1 year, but they shot, get this, 300 birds in that one Olympics. And then, of course, animal rights activists went crazy, and that would never fly today. But you can do it, man. I ain't gonna say it'd be hard, but could you imagine watching that today, live pigeon shooting? Wouldn't that be something? That'd be something you do. I mean, it probably happens in Union all the time, but
You're gonna hate this show. I'm very upset now because I felt like I could have been an Olympian. You know what I mean?
Yeah, pretty much.
One thing I could have really focused on, you remember the video game Duck Hunt back in the day?
Yeah.
It was just training me for this event. And somebody ruined it. Why?
Picture this, okay? Other things they had.
I'm going to buy a fur coat right now.
Picture this. They had tug of war. Tug of war was an Olympic sport. You remember in kindergarten at field day? We used to have tug of war. Tug of war was an Olympic sport. You believe that, man?
I'm just imagining, like making the U.S. national team. You go out to Colorado to train. You tell your family you gotta.
You gonna have your gold medal, and he represented the team. He was the anchor man. He was on the end of the rope.
what are you gonna do, son? Powerlifting or what? Well, no, I didn't make it in weightlifting, but I did make the tug of war squad. So I was like,
The United States. Think about that. Just picture this: the United States tug of war team. Just imagine what kind of guys you see there.
Yeah,
you know what it looks like? You know what it looks like? It looks like a Boston tavern after a Red Sox game. That's what I picture. Like,
yeah, NBC didn't air those competitions, right?
I'm hoping not. Okay, here, a couple of more strangers and we'll get this
I'm
done.
just trying to imagine the announcers at the tug of war, and they're pulling.
Oh, he's off balance. Oh, and he regains it.
Yeah.
Thanks to that anchor man. Oh boy, does he look strong. Okay, couple more. All right.
Break down the grips here for us.
Yeah. Okay, couple more. Rope climbing. Rope climbing was an Olympic event. Okay.
Rope climbing.
Rope climbing. Yep. Also, they had some other weird stuff. The standing high jump, tandem bicycle sprint.
Wait, what? What is that?
that's two people on a bicycle riding around instead of one person on the bicycle. So it was tandem bicycle sprints. Oh man! And then they had a high jump for horses.
Okay, this has to be like some of these things had to be. My girlfriend really wants to be in the Olympics. What is she good at? Oh, her and her sister can both ride a bike together really well.
Oh boy, that's good right there, man. Yeah, but yeah, I'll tweet this article out, man. There's some pretty good stuff on there. You'll get a good laugh out of some of this stuff, but yeah, except for Peter.
So
yeah, except for Peter, they won't think this shit's funny at all.
I'm sorry. Go to caneice.com, see more of our shows. Follow us on Twitter at Kane_ice. All right. And interact with us. You don't have to just follow, tweet at us. If you agree, disagree, you don't like my Peter jokes, you got some recommendations on where I can get a discounted fur coat because can't really afford one. But I'm going to buy one despite Peter because they stopped me from being an Olympian because I could have shot pigeons. All right. It's one thing. All right. Anyway, let me get to my strange news. Then we're going to close with a new segment called Kane's Corner, where he gives us his cutting edge opinions on something or probably just brags about Miami. Who knows? But anyway, my strange news is in the world of entertainment. And I guess I could just show you better than I could tell you. For me, strange news is that Birdman married Toni Braxton. You know.
So you're saying there's a chance?
I mean, you know, and I guess if Jermaine Dupri could be with Janet Jackson for longer, I guess there's a chance of almost anything. But you know, and even right here, you know, Miss Braxton looks a little nervous or something. You know, Birdman looks a little despondent. You know, the ring. I don't know if he's, you know, you know, trying to be in the next Green Lantern movie or something with that thing. You know, he's like, you know, going up to the sky and get some kind of power. I don't know what the deal is, but anyway, these two are married apparently, or you know, I hadn't seen any photo evidence, but I keep seeing headlines saying they're married, so I didn't actually take time to read any articles. But I'm gonna assume the headlines are true. So to me, it's strange that Toni Braxton would marry Birdman, but hey, you know, hopefully they're happy. So shouts out to the newlyweds if it's true. You know, I'm a little upset I didn't get invited. But you know, hey, I guess that's the way it is. You know, maybe I should have made it an Ice and Kane show. Because maybe, you know, my name being second, I'm not a big enough celebrity to get invited to the wedding, you know.
Hey man, I actually heard a story too that Birdman took out his grill.
He what?
He took out his grill, his diamond teeth.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
You know, because they were actually real. That wasn't one of those, you know, pop in and out grills.
Right.
He actually went to the dentist and had them really put in.
His teeth, right.
Yeah.
Wow. Right. So he spent some real money to have some teeth that look like real teeth.
All I'm gonna say is Tony must got that fire. to make you change your teeth,
Well,
straighten up your image.
I heard that stuff can like make your breath stink too. So it's probably like, look, if I'm be kissing you, you might do something about that, player.
I mean, he already looked like he stinks. So I mean.
Plus,
Hey.
At some point, you too old for that. You know what I mean? Like at some point. At some point, you're too old to have, a gorilla in your mouth. Especially if you can afford to go ahead and get like the veneers, to look like.
You jealous? You just jealous.
I'm still upset about not getting my invitation. So
you ain't getting them shoes either, so don't worry about
it. Birdman, hey, you've hooked up plenty of people with record deals over the years who've had
you mean ripped off lots of people with record deals.
I don't know about all that. Who had zero return on investment. So inviting me to your wedding would have been a much better return on investment. And I actually can rap better than 80% of these dudes you hear on the radio right now. So if you want to sign somebody, hook me up. I already got my own background singer. I'm there. We can make it happen. But anyway, we appreciate all you guys tuning in, guys and gals. Shout out, quick shout out, my man Rory Mitchell. What's up, Mitchell Reporter Unleashed? That's what she said. Sports, BS3 Sports, AA Sports, Straight Sports, No Chaser. I got to shout out to Frat Brother, Homeboy Glass. What's going on, player? Hey, we got to get y'all back on the show, make something happen. Shout out to Justin from Brother Rim Podcast. And I'm sure I'm forgetting a lot of people. So you got to forgive me. But anyway, y'all keep supporting us. Give us those thumbs up. Hit those subscribe buttons. Share on Twitter. Share on Facebook. And, Instagram too. So anyway, we're going to be back at you later on this week, next week, every week, same bat time, same bat channel. All right?
Yeah, definitely.
Peace.
Go Lakers.
Fly, Eagles, fly.